All right, November 24th, and we just brought our spring kidders up. The bucklings that were over here are in the trailer, and they're going to be going up to where the spring kidders are because we just can't keep our weanlings out of them because they're in heat and they're being hussies. So then these girls will water at the automatic waterer, and then the wood barn there will be their temporary place where they get out of the weather. And the reason why I say temporary is because the ultimate goal is when these girls all go over on that side, then everybody comes up here to keep this warm. Back out, but it is about 30 degrees. The wind is starting to come up to usher in a Arctic blast cold front for, I don't know, this might be winter from now on. So, oh goodness. We were hoping that it would hold off until the first of the year. I know it's kind of a hopeful thing, but you know, we have had winters where it's the cold weather held off. And hi, Big Red. Hi, Big Red. Are you happy to be down here? I'm happy to have you down here. Hi, girl. Oh, you guys think you do cookies every day. Cookies. Yay. All right. I don't like bedding that barn down, but this will be your guys' barn for a little while yeah. It's nice to have an auto waterer for them. Boy, you guys got fat up there. You did. We fed you well. Yep. And eventually these girls will be grouped in with those, but right now those girls take up the limited space that we have in the hoop barn. So these girls have this that they can do. Now if the snow really starts, then you girls have to go up to the hoop barn. Today's not my day. I'm not feeling real good. I think we got the norovirus going around our house, unfortunately. So I'm probably not going to stay and help with this project, but I think they're planning on putting up maybe a creep feed. They put you kind of in a naughty pen, didn't they? Big shocker there. Come here. Come here, Lacey. Come on, Lace. I know, you're a big pain in the butt. Don't be mean to these ones, though, huh? Okay, so I think the plan is these girls get came back enough to where they're gonna get kicked out with those does, and then we're going to make this into a creep feeding pen. Looks like bottle kids are back over there. Hi guys. Boy, you guys get big. I haven't been out here for like 2 days. Oh, look at you. You're so cute. No, I think everybody looks good. It's always nice when we're done. So, tomorrow will be another day, but boy, the temperatures are really going to start dropping. Okay, November 25th, and it's probably about 19 degrees out. So we're choring everybody. I just fluffed their alfalfa down for them. It's a little chilly out here, guys. Yes. And now I'm gonna go back in here and get these guys bedded back down. But the waters did freeze up a bit and continue to kind of freeze up, so we just gotta watch that. Come on, girls, let me. You know, if you guys just trample on top of it, it doesn't work very good as bedding. Just spread this around, because if you don't, then they just end up making a little bit of a mole mountain here, kind of a little molehill. Oh, girls, go out and eat. Hello, PJ Pants. Your baby just cuter than a bug's ear. What you doing there, Ma?
First I gotta dump it. Those aren't the easiest things to dump.
They are not. There we go. Thankfully, they are easy to push.
They're so light. But there.
Oh, okay. I'm not pushing very much, so. Yeah. Whew. So we're basically done with kidding. However, we have one holdout. Okay, so here's the creep feed pen for these. I don't know if that's a smart idea. So the babies wiggle in through here, and then we'll start giving them sweet feed, and we'll have alfalfa in here, and we'll have it nicely bedded for them so they can go in. Let's see here. Mineral. I'm thinking the next thing I'm going to do is give everybody some fresh mineral. See how these girls' mineral looks. Sure itchy. Yeah, it looks like you guys could use some fresh mineral, huh? Let me guess, you guys were fighting and you guys didn't knocked it all down. Hello, Jill. All right. Grab the mineral. Right, November 29th. Happy day after Turkey Day to everybody. And last night it fell to about 0. So we had everybody in the barn. And of course all the waters froze up because that's just par for the course. So right now we chipped all the ice out of the tubs. I'm gonna fill these, get these girls some feed. And then we're going to bed everybody down again. Yeah, these girls aren't too bad, but that pen over there, it's pretty icky. Look at how cute these guys are. Look at the wrinkles on your nose, mister. Look at the wrinkles on your nose, mister. Oh, your little legs are so stout. Please let me pet you. Oh no, fell off. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Okay, so got these guys. They're alfalfa. And those girls back there got their grain. gonna give these girls back here some water. You be nice. You be nice, big girl. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Hi. Here's some fresh water. Yeah, I know. Oh, yep, needed that, didn't you? I'm sorry, sweeties, that took me a little bit. Gotta get the big ones, though. Yeah. Okay. Hi. Hi. Aren't you just a curious guy? So since it was below zero, or it was close to zero last night, when we came out here, everybody was all snuggled in. And that's the importance of having somewhere nice and dry for them to lay, because then they can have somewhere where they can make a little nest at night. Okay. So now I think what I will do is fill a couple of the sleds with some hay, and then we'll bed down there. Their pen isn't too bad, but towards that end, you can tell everybody was kind of laying there. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay. So our spring kitters right now are locked in the yard where we grain them. And we purposely made this end of this pen a little bit easier to open. So they come out here and they've got bales to eat. That's our lovely manure pile that will spread next fall. And then, of course, we'll have to clean this yard out. We didn't get that done this year because we didn't use this a lot last year. So the bale that we're giving them comes off of our pasture here. We planted some alfalfa mix in with that, and the alfalfa really came on strong. But there's a good healthy mix of grass in there. Sorry, hay in there. So this was this year's stuff. And there's a little bit of mold on the bottom just because when they sit, you know, that's kind of what happens. And so what he's doing right now is he's gonna flip the bale over and hope it stays. So then we don't have to get all of that stuff off the bottom, which is quite a bit of work. So when he sets it in there, the moldy stuff will be on top where they don't eat. Then as they eat down, then when they eat the bale, all of it down, then we'll flip the bale feeder over and get all of the moldy stuff out. So we don't like feeding moldy stuff. I can't say that it doesn't happen sometimes that they get a little bit of moldy feed, but it's really not good for any livestock to get any moldy feed. So we try our best to eliminate that. But again, this last year it was just so wet that it's shocking that we didn't get a lot more mold on a lot of our feed. But this year even though it was a lot more expensive, since there was so much rain and we had to put up the alfalfa wetter than what we normally do, we used inoculant, and it's I guess it's like a citrus acid. And so what that does is it keeps it preserves it, and it keeps it from molding. Now that stuff's really expensive, so but when you figure how much feed that it actually saves, then you know, the cost is worth it. And sometimes you just have to do it, man. You know, weather sometimes doesn't cooperate and gives you the good drying days, and you got to get it up or else it'll mold on the ground. So inoculant is something that we use, and the goats don't mind the taste of it. It apparently doesn't change the taste too much of the feed, and some people say that it actually kind of sweetens it up a little bit because of that citric acid, and it's not harmful to the goats. It's not an actual chemical kind of thing. There you go. Go, Naomi. Oh, you're such a good girl. Yes. How are you girls doing? They're like, hey, I see you put a bale in the bale feeder, and it's got some alfalfa in it. We love that. Yeah, I know. Hey, little girl. Hi. 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 So I'm going to be honest, it's nice to have the spring kitters up here where we can see them and keep an eye on them. And man, it just doesn't seem like there's 90 in here when you just have them grouped together. But then they've got this nice hay too that we dumped out of that feeder that they can eat on. That girl used to be kind of queen bee, but she's old, and this will probably be her last year with us. Hey girl, come over and eat. And they tend to kick her away, and it's just the hierarchy of things. The older goats, to a certain age, kick out the other ones. Okay, looks like Ron is actually ready to do that, so I'm gonna go over there and help him. We're gonna chase the mamas and their babies in, put out another bale feeder with them, because the 2-year-olds with their babies are ready to join the group. And so again, it cuts back on our chores. Let's see, it's Friday today, and I guess Tuesday is when it's supposed to get back above freezing. And looks like the weather will be nice for a little while after that. You know, this was a kind of a little bit of a deep freeze for us, but thanks to weather apps and all of that, we were prepared for it. And then I'll have to go down and see if the tin shed needs to be bedded again. And when the wind isn't blowing, like today, there's not much of a breeze or anything, and if you can stay in the sunshine like all the goats are doing, it's actually pretty darn nice out. It's 30 in the barn right now, and it's only like 10 degrees outside, but it works. So these gals are our 2-year-olds. There's only 9 of them that had babies. 10, sorry, this girl. And so we feel like their babies are at the point where they're ready to go with these guys. So we decided we needed to add another hay feeder. I thought that there was water coming back on. Nope. So we're letting these girls drink their tubs down a bit. Yeah, we were chipping ice this morning. Yes, we were. Which again, no big deal. Goats are, for the most part, pretty patient. Our big surprise was these 2 girls here that thankfully were in with these. Came into the barn yesterday while we were up feasting. Makes you kind of feel bad, but we were up feasting, came down here to feed bottle kids. And these girls had babies. We weren't really expecting you guys to be pregnant. And this gal had really tiny little ones. But yeah, you came into your milk, didn't you? And you love your babies. I'm almost thinking they're the myotonic cross bucks babies, because they're really tiny little peanut babies. And we've been feeding these girls really good. So there was no reason for their babies to be small, but they are small. So I'm thinking it was the myotonic buck that might have jumped in with them and got them pregnant. So you try your best, you know, to practice really good herd management, but sometimes these goats just have a mind of their own and decide when they're going to get bred. Then we'll feed bottle babies, and then we'll go up and eat some leftovers. Okay, so we decided, including putting another bale feeder in with these girls, we're also going to start graining them. So I'm going to run up and get 4 buckets of grain for them. And we figure we don't like to start them off with much more than about a quarter of a pound each one. That's kind of the start thing, and we can ramp them up, you know, after that. But you can't if you start them out with a lot, then it can throw them off their feed, and then they can get really sick, and then it just defeats the purpose of giving them more feed to encourage more milk production and you know, get more body condition on them. So we're not going to feed them a lot to start off with. Yeah, because we don't want to throw them off feed, because they're getting some very high quality alfalfa, and adding the grain on top of that is sometimes can lead to more disastrous results than what you want. So I'm going to take the marshmallow here, is what we call this vehicle. So it has all the buckets in it. I'm going to take it down, drop the buckets off, and get some more grain. So when you get down to the cores, those things are heavy and they're pretty tight. So now we've got 2 feeders in here. We've got the grain set out for them. And now I'm just going to close this up, and then I will let these girls out. I think I'm going to let them out to the side here so that they know that there's grain. Because, again, goats, creatures of habit. If I let them out this, they'll run right to the alfalfa. Some of them may go to the grain, and then, yeah. So we're going to develop a nice little way. And you guys are so cute. And then I'm going to fill up their water. See, and once they see one person come to the troughs, then they all come out. Come here, Dip and Dot. Hi. Hi. Do you want some corn? Then I'll shut this back up and then open the back door. Okay, November 30th. And as you can see, we got some snow last night. I'm gonna lock these girls out, because I'm thinking Ron went up to get their grain. No, girls. Oh boy. Some of you are really fat. Prepared for this winter you are. know. Ron will be here. Clean the snow out of their troughs. So the cold snap continues. It's about 9 degrees right now. So after I clean these out, then I'm gonna go up to the barn and see how the water situation is doing up there, which I'm sure it's frozen. I do like these V feeders compared to these flat bottom ones. They're lighter, easier to get the snow out of. So yeah, this cold snap is supposed to came a little bit early than our cold snaps usually come in South Dakota. Or maybe we've just been maybe we've just been a little spoiled, huh, girls? How are you doing, Oreo? I'm about to turn you on with these ones. Yeah. So I think today we'll end up bedding this barn down, because when we moved the girls up here, we opened up both sides of the barn. Well, when I went to bed this down, when we had the bucklings up here, I only bedded one side because there was only like, 10 bucklings. So the side of the barn that has cement under it did not get bedded down. And the older girls, even in this type of weather, will go out and bed down. If it's not windy, they'll go and bed down outside. But I just want to make sure that they've got something really nice and warm to go into. Because we love our little goaties. Don't we, goaties? Oh, I know, you guys. But even though I'm not a big snow person or a cold weather person, it's nice to get out, even when it's 9 degrees, and get some fresh air, guys, especially around the holidays. That's usually when everybody gets sick, people-wise, not the goats. So, there we go. And everybody's feeders dusted off there. I'll go up and see what everybody's all about up there. Hey, girls. I know, I'm gonna bed down your barn today. Ooh, you gotta watch out when you're crawling over these when you got snow on your boots. And I'm assuming that their barn's gonna need bedded down again today. It's the endless cycle when it's cold out is unfreeze water and bed down barns. So kind of hoping we weren't gonna get snow before it got warm again, so it wouldn't get a little bit muddy. But I think on Tuesday weather's supposed to get pretty darn nice out. I'm supposed to stay that way for a little while. So days like this, you're just very, very thankful for for the lack of wind. There's a little bit of a breeze, but nothing too bad. It's not disturbing this really powdery stuff. And of course it's really powdery because it was really cold when it snowed. So let's go in here and check on everybody. Oh boy. Oh boy. So with everybody still in here, even though it got, I do believe, to below 0 last night, it's 30 degrees in here still. Oh, I bet Grandma went up to get you some yummies. Oh, but the water still froze up. So I think I'm gonna let those girls out. I'm gonna let those girls out to get a little bit, even though we're greening them now. We'll chase them back in when the green person comes. All right, so let's go and unplug some waters. Hey, what do you guys think of the snow? It's been a little bit since you saw the snow, huh? Hi, oh, sweetheart. Hi. Oh boy. A little cold, huh? I'll bed it down in here again for you guys. So unfortunately, opening up this to let everybody out brings the temp down for sure. All right, so here's the old trusty way of opening up the water. Break the ice, scoop it out, carry it outside. Just what we do. And again, it was actually not bad in here last night. You can tell by it being 30 degrees in here this morning. To make it any wetter in here than what it needs to be. And this is why you bring a couple of extra pairs of gloves. Just working with the water, you're gonna get wet. And so far they haven't made a really good outdoor glove that keeps your hands from freezing. That is waterproof. Not that I've found. If anybody's found any, let me know. There we go. All right, on to the rest of them. All right, I figured since I was out here kind of by myself, I would set up the milk bar. So this is what I set up. Okay, so this is what we call our milk bar. And when the babies have been on here long enough, take this milk bar and you put the bottles in here. The nipple goes through there, and then your babies are on, your bottle babies are on the other side. Might have set that up a little weird, but that's okay. Babies are on the other side. Nipple comes out down here, and drink, 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 drink. And this has quite a few holes, but when it was made, you see how small some of these are? They were made for the glass bottles, I do believe. That's kind of how old this one is. We used to use this for our sheep, and every year we make sure that we sand these holes down so when they're drinking they don't get slivers. So yeah, I'm gonna say yes, that'll work, and then we can just let them out through here. Wish that gate was turned the other way, but no big deal. They're bottle kids. They'll follow you wherever you go. We let them in here. They drink, 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 and then take them out. Bring in the next set. It's not perfect, but we only have 10 bottle kids, so I feel like it'll work. All right, everybody, it's December 1st. Back out at the farm. Ooh, it's a little bit warmer today. I think it's about 13 degrees. Still waiting on that warm-up spell. Not gonna be for a couple of days. Yay!
It's gonna be a nice day, I think.
Oh, boy, I hope so. How's it working to have that?
Excellent.
Yes, good.
Excellent. You wouldn't believe it. You can do 5 in a short while. The deal is, gotta watch them so they don't overdo it, and I haven't filled the bottles too full.
I see the kitty is helping you with cleanup. Hi, guys. Okay. How does everybody look? You look like you're feeling better today. Okay, you guys gotta let me open the door. Are these... Okay. I waited. Are we ready? I know, it's a little chilly out. Okay, girls. Oh boy. Yeah. I think, ooh. I'll see if I... Okay. Okay. So we finally let the 2-year-olds with their babies in with the rest of them so they could go out and eat alfalfa. We'll let them eat down on this. And then we put up hay feeders for them in here. And we use futons as our hay feeders. And what we learned from kind of a couple of disasters last year is that they have to be put up pretty tall because the babies, we had a couple of instances where the babies jumped into them and we had a couple break their hips. So yeah, we don't want that, do we, Batman? So yeah, now everybody's in together and you be nice to each other.